basically converted, 10 to 20 foot tall small trees and sprouts into an open flat here. I'm hoping really just to get turnips in here and maybe coming in here and burning off some of this later in the winter time and seeing if we can get some of these tree little shards and everything to burn up. So, and then next year get like a really good plot up in here. If we could get some beans up here next year, that'd be awesome. There's pretty good soil here. It gets rocky when you fall off. It's pretty good soil. So we're gonna put up the cell cam and see what we got here this year. I know this double beam buck is right in this area, so we're gonna try to dial in on it.
No, I haven't had a ton of luck with these, but I'm gonna try them out. I mean, there's really big bucks on the photo, so it's got to be really good.
I wanted to showcase this mule that I've been driving here for the last couple of years. You know, I've got young kids, and sort of my needs have changed over the last 5 years or so. There's 5 of us now, Hudson and Hoyt and Beckett and Leslie and I, and so I wanted something that had 2 seats. So I started out with a Polaris Ranger, the crew, and then I wanted a machine that had a bigger bed, because it was kind of a long machine, and out here on the farm there's a lot of rocks, and I was actually getting kind of high centered and stuff on it. So I wanted something that was a little more rugged and had a bigger bed, but had the versatility to haul the family as well. When I started looking at the mule, I really found all those things. So I want to just kind of showcase this mule to you and let you see some of the features that I like about it. First of all, the mule back in the day was 15, 20 miles an hour, and for the way our farms are spread apart, that's just not reasonable for me. So this thing runs about mid 40s. My old one was 45, 46. This one's about 47. And let me show you some of the features here. So one of the biggest things is the convertibility from a 1-seater to a 2-seater. So you can see as a 1-seater right now, we've got a steel frame floor and a large bed. This is kind of like a mini farm truck. I feel like this is a little bit heavier built. You can put some weight on this thing, and you're throwing a roll of barbed wire or something up in here, you don't have to worry about that brand new plastic just getting torn all to hell right away. So I love the big bed, and you can actually get some things done with it. We throw a lot of stands and things like that in here. You'd be surprised how we can get a ladder stand across this thing and make it work out. So when we're converting the bed, we want to haul more people, it's pretty simple. We've got a strap right here. We open the door and we lift up, okay? We're gonna then take this brace and pop that up, okay? And we'll go to the other side, do the same. And just open the door. A little buckle's hidden right there. Pop this up. You're just gonna push these in, and this whole thing starts to come back, and your seat folds up right here. So I'm gonna push it in on each side. And you can see this thing convert really quickly. So you're out working, you've got the full bed, you and the kids want to take a little ride around. You switch a couple things, and all of a sudden you've got a 4-seater. And you've got about almost 2 feet shorter of a wheelbase. So what I really notice out here on the farm is that this thing naturally from the factory sits up higher than the Ranger does, and I really like that, because the crew, it was great, I loved it, but man, I was getting it high centered out here everywhere. And so when I went to this and I saw the shorter wheelbase and the ability to go from a 1-seater to a 2-seater with a bigger bed and still having some good speed, I just felt like that really solved all my problems. Well, we're getting here towards the end of August, and we're back in Missouri. We've been doing a lot of work out in Kansas this year, trying to get the new farms ready to go out there. But man, recently, the last couple of days, we started picking up a couple of nice bucks on camera, and we don't want to forget about Missouri this year either. We're going to be doing some food plot development today and getting some seeds in the ground, so hang with us. We're planting a combination of turnips, rape, Austrian winter peas, white clover, and wheat. So man, smorgasbord delight. You should have about whatever they like. That's the idea. Here in the end of August in Missouri, we had a nice rain this week, and it is food plot time.
Right behind me here is where Dad killed Blackjack a couple years ago. He was standing right out here at the front of this food plot. It's been a good spot in the past. We're going to keep hammering it. The little box is full of turnips and white clover. The big box has wheat and winter peas. So we want to give them a little smorgasbord. Whatever they want, they ought to be able to find it right here. Okay guys, we're literally getting ready to get in the truck and head to New Mexico for our elk hunt. We're gonna try to close out the story that we brought you guys a couple years ago. You've been watching the reruns on this elk hunt forever. It's time to get a big one on the ground. We're excited to have Pat and Dale on board and bringing us perspective from the properties that they're listing and managing as well. And when we get back to you next week, we're gonna bring you New Mexico big bulls, so stay tuned.